Hey guys, so happy Sunday. In this video, we're going to talk about the Philippine Stock Exchange Index from the lens of technical analysis. And for those who are following the Philippine market, as you all know, the PSEI gives you a snapshot of at least know how the largest 30 stocks in the Philippines based on market capitalization are doing. And if you would just like to see like a reference point, it could give you an inkling on how all of the other stocks are doing as well, because similar to those who follow me for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, how Bitcoin goes, that's how the entire cryptocurrency market will go. In the same way for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, how the PSEI fares, majority of the stocks are almost in the same pattern, in the same direction. And we are analyzing this from the lens of technical analysis. And I'm a big fan of technicals because it allows me, I don't look at news as much. I don't speculate as much when it comes to Philippine stocks. All I need to know is the charts. All I need to see is how the price is moving in reference to volume. All I need to see is how the price is in terms of where the direction of the trend is headed, or you can analyze it from a range perspective. And I've been a firm believer that it may not be perfect, it may not be able to be a prediction tool to show you or forecast where the market is, but it's a very, very good risk management tool. And the whole narrative and the whole goal of technical analysis is it tells you to be in the market when it counts the most. Tells you also when you're not supposed to be there. It tells you also if it's a good trade based on a risk and reward perspective. Now, that being said, we're looking at the index, we're looking at the PSEI right now. And what I want to do is at least show you from a longer term perspective so you get context on how it actually looks like. And for those who attended my Stock Smart sessions, or at least those who read the books that I've written, I would always mention this, that longer trends are relatively stronger, and resistances that are relatively stronger are longer also are relatively strong as well. Now that being said, I could put out a resistance here, which is very, very clear, as you can see right here. Over a period of time, from the time we started to break down from the March 2020 lockdowns, we have not really gone up from the 7,529.26 resistance. So that's our main resistance right now, at the very least for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So please do note that after we broke down from 7,529.26 last March 2020, we have never gone back from that particular level. So I think this is the resistance level to watch out for. This is the price range to watch out for, that in the next few weeks, in the next few months, if we get out of that particular level, if we see the PSEI get out of that, then there could be some legs that it could possibly continue and push upward. Now, that being said, I want to connect this all together to all of you. I want one of the lowest portions from the drop of March 2020, and some higher lows that have developed as well. And it's quite distinct that at some point at the start of 2022, February, March, we we broke down from this particular trend line. And for those who have been following me also in terms of my analysis on how I look at trends, when a trend line is broken, that particular underlying progression is already over. So why am I saying this? From the drops of March 2020, it's progression up. That particular movement has now been broken. And if I'll try to connect this to the resistance that I've mentioned, remember, I mentioned that there's a resistance at the 7529 line. If you look at it right here, it failed to break out 7529. As it failed to break out of that, it predicated also the breakdown of this very, very large and very, very strong resistance. So a very, very strong trend line. So you have a more than 2 year resistance that hasn't been broken. You tried to attack it once, twice, and thrice after the breakdown of March 2020 to no go. Then you also have a more than 2 year trend line, which also got broken. So we have some clear things to look at right now, that the 7529 is an area where people think it's relatively higher. That's why they're actually selling, and that's why there's a bit of selling at that particular area. And as you can see it also right here, selling happened right after also it failed to break out that particular line. Now, that being said, if you look at it also from a moving average perspective, you have the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving average that got broken down from right after this. Now, that being said, I want to plot another trend line here. Please do note that when resistances are broken, it somehow points a particular stock or a particular asset in a certain direction. And that being said, it formed this resistance. And I want to just note this for everyone that's watching. And if you're learning, comment I'm learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. And I figure out that I need to make more videos also catering to people who are into the stock market, because as much as I love cryptocurrencies, not everyone will invest in cryptocurrencies, but there will be a significant portion still of people who follow me that are still in the stock market. So I want to show this, that um, you can see here that the highs right here are decreasing. And while all of that is happening, also the lows are also decreasing. Now you have highs that are decreasing and you have lows that are decreasing. This is sort of confirming also the downward motion that we're actually seeing, that started at January 2022. Now, that being said, the 50-day moving average, which is the blue line here, is supporting this downward trajectory that we have. And we also have a main short-term, not short-term resistance, but a resistance to watch out for somewhere around the 7,059 mark. That's where the 200-day and the 100-day moving average meet, and the 50-day moving average is also being validated by the downward progression, or the trend line that we actually have right here. And while all of that is going on, for those who know MACD, as you can see right here, MACD has been in the zero line cross since March this year, which validates also the breakdown, that the several breakdowns that we are actually seeing from this particular time frame. Now, that being said, if you'll try to analyze this even further, after hitting the low of somewhere around 6,381, which was at uh, the middle portion of May, we've seen the market start to rebound further. Now, that being said, as it started to rebound, the lows have started now to push higher, and we have some short-term highs that have started already to push up. Now, that being said, we have a counter trend right here, which is trying to attack this downward line. So the way we could look at it is the 20-day moving average is we're sitting above the 20-day moving average, which is working as its level of support, which is also confirming the, if you'll try to look at it, the higher highs and the higher lows for the short term, which is also confirmed by MACD, showing us that there's a change in direction. So how do you analyze this? Failure to break out of this 50-day moving average may result in my opinion, a possible shift or move, that it may possibly consolidate. The possible consolidation range might be this. And should it break out from this level, that's when we actually see that there might be legs in this particular upward move. But if 6653 does not hold, then a downward push would be somehow welcome, bringing it closer to the 6,388 mark once again. So that being said, please watch out for the 66553 support level, at least for the week. If it holds, then possibly there might be a push the 6864 level. So I think those are the possible narratives, at least for the week. 6653 support, 6864 resistance, and if it breaks past the 6864 resistance, then it suddenly has a shot to break out of this downward trending line as well. So that's where the PSEI is as of this point in time. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. I'm going to make videos for you guys to answer the questions that you have. If you want to learn more about technical analysis, we have books that we have written. Details are in the description below. If you want to learn more about it from a seminar perspective, we have a technical analysis course right down below for those who want to join as well. So there, I hope that this was something that was insightful for all of you. I hope that this was something that gave you insight also on how you can trade the markets with confidence. And this is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Happy Sunday, everyone. Use this time for you to be able to learn. Use this time for you to be able to be bigger, better, stronger, to help you analyze the markets with ease and confidence. So God bless you all and have a great weekend.